Hi everyone, welcome back to Clarity for Sure and welcome to yet another series of para-based questions revisions of schemes here. Okay, so hope everyone's it's preparing very well for upcoming NABARD examination phase 2, and I wish all the best for every students who are going to appear for this examination. So let's start with the first para-based question here. So here you can see this scheme is saying something about large number of students discontinuing their education after the eighth class due to some financial stress. Okay, then there is something mentioning about centrally sponsored scholarship to retain these meritorious students from economically weaker sections. Okay, then uh, then there is one applicant is from the class 8 student studying in the Kendriya Vidyalaya with the parental income of this and this all about their financial criteria, right? So based on these all schemes, you have to answer the first question here. Okay. So first question is saying that which scheme best fits this policy intent, whether it is pre-matric scholarship scheme for ST students, post-matric scholarship for OBCs, then National Means-cum-Merit scholarship scheme, then PM Cares or National Talent Search examination. So here the answer is C, which is National Means-cum-Merit scholarship scheme. Okay, so this is the scheme which is designed to arrest the dropouts at the class 8 by supporting the meritorious students. Okay, by supporting the meritorious students. Okay, then so that and also with all these they ensure that there is continuity till class 12th. Okay, and this scheme is all about digitally, it is generally focused on digitally implementation through the national scholarship portal with DBT and focuses on the inclusive human capital. So here hence the answer C is correct here. Okay, now let's see the second question. The second question ask you about which applicant is eligible to appear for this NMMSS selection test. Okay, whether it's a student from the Kendriya Vidyalaya school or private school students, government aided school student, or only the students who are scoring above 460 and neither. So your answer is option C again, which is the only government aided school students. Why? Because this scheme actually excludes students from KBOs or Navodaya schools regardless of income or merit. Okay, so the income ceiling here also has been revised, which is rupees 3.5 lakh. Okay, 3.5 lakh, and minimum marks required here generally are 55%. So that is why the option D was also incorrect here. Okay, and therefore only one student from the government aided school qualifies. So hence the answer is C is correct here. Okay, now let's see uh, third question here. So here the question is asking you the examination framework which should that state should adopt under this scheme. Okay, so whether it is mental ability test or scholastic aptitude test, then board conducted eighth final examination, single objective general test on general studies, and TSC stage 1 examination pattern, or any something about computer based adaptive testing. So here the answer A is correct. Okay, so what is this actually? I mean, this generally what happens. So the state conduct the selection for this scheme at class 8 using the MAT and SAT, which is a scholastic aptitude test. Okay, to assess that the student has certain reasoning ability and scholastic competence. Okay, so that is why this ensures that merit based selection is done with state level flexibility. Okay, next fourth question here is, the fourth question is asking you about the following, which is correctly reflects the renewal category under the scheme. Okay, so whether it is uniform, when you have a uniform 60% marks required in all classes, then 50% marks in every classes, or it is generally based on the income criteria, or there is no any percentage condition, only passing marks is there. Then we have 55% in class 9th and 12th, 9th and 11th, and 60% in 10th for with relaxation for SC and ST. So your answer is E is correct. Okay, so under the scheme, under NMMS scheme, okay, under the scheme, what happens? 55%, as I told earlier, 55% is required in class 9th and 12th, 11th, and then 60% is required in class 10th for renewal with 5% of relaxation. Okay, here the relaxation for the ST is 5%. Okay, and so this actually ensures accountability with equity. So that is why the answer E is correct here. Okay, now let's move on to the second question, second para-based question. So here we have next scheme, which is you can see the key clues given here. This is something about adequate health infrastructure, institutional delivery rate. Okay, so something about from the Ministry of Animal Husbandry. Okay, then there is something, some community trust is focused with weak and last mile awareness on antenatal care, nutrition, and timely referment. Okay, then there is community mobilizers, counselors, DOTs, providers. Something there is also this about this clue. Then these scheme or initiative is generally focused to social determinants, like solve the social determinants like sanitation and gender-based violence. Okay, so according to all these, you have to choose which mechanism best they addresses this gap. Mechanism best addresses the gap which we have discussed or which we have seen in the clues here. Okay, the gaps you can see: the timely reporting of birth, death, outbreak, then TB. Okay, so these all things. So you have to choose from the year. Generally, try first. You try to see the question, then move on to the paragraph to get certain clues, right? So here we have to choose whether it is auxiliary nurse midwife program, Anganwadi services under ICDs, then ASHA, then National Rural or NRLM or Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. So your answer is actually the C, which is Accredited Social Health Activist Initiative, okay, under NHM. So who are they? These are the community level. They act as a community level interface under National Health Mission. Okay, so they are generally responsible for the awareness generation or mobilization, escorting the services, DOTs, minor curative care, and convergence through VHSs. Okay, V VHSNS. Okay, then these are it. So especially they are focused in the tribal and high focus area. So that is why the option C is correct here. Next, we'll see the second question. Next, see the second question of this paragraph. Which deployment norm is appropriate in the given context? Okay, so how they are deployed, the criteria is asked here. One ASHA per thousand population strictly, one ASHA per gram panchayat, one ASHA per Anganwadi Kendra, then one ASHA per primary healthcare center, then one ASHA per habitation based on workload. Okay, so the here answer is E is correct. Okay, generally in tribal, hilly, desert, and sparsely populated area, ASHA norms allow that relaxation of one ASHA per habitation based on the workload given there to ensure that there is effective last mile delivery is achieved. Okay. Then we have the third question. The third question is asking you which combination correctly reflects the approved support package given to these ASHA workers. Okay. So you have to choose whether it is Fasal Bima, then Atal pension or any fixed incentive, then EIC coverage, then SYM, okay, फिर Shram Yogi Mandan, then we have JJB, SSB, SBY, then Suraksha Yojana, then we have no insurance coverage, okay. So here the answer is actually D. Okay, so D answer is correct. ASHA generally are covered under PMJJBY, Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Suraksha Bima Yojana, and Shram Yogi Mandan. Okay, and with a minimum of 2000 monthly incentives. Okay. Yes, then let's see the fourth question here. The fourth question is asking about which of the following correct incentive entitlement for the ASHA under maternal health components. So this is very important. Okay, you have to choose whether it is for 300 for ANCs, 500 for delivery, or 100 for per death reporting, 300 for NACs. Then these are all the criteria you have to see carefully and judge here. So the correct answer here is option, which is option B. Okay. Yes, the option B, 300. Okay, 300 for NSEs, 300 for institutional delivery, and 200 for death reporting in rural areas. Okay, so that is it. Let's see the next paragraph. Okay, the third paragraph. This is third actually. Okay. Mm, Yes. So let's see this paragraph. So here we are seeing that there is something multiple central MSME schemes are focused here. Then something there about their outcome like technology upgradation, formalization, and delayed payments. Okay. Then something MSME reform priorities are also given here. Then the state prepares a medium investment plan aligned to national MSME reform priorities. Then we have something proposal under the centrally supported MSME program to seeking fund for strengthening their trades adoption. So these are all the clues given in the paragraph. So let's see what first question is regarding this paragraph. The first question is asking which scheme is being referred to this in this reform linked approach. Okay, so whether it is PMEGP, Champion Scheme, or CLCSSS, RAMP, or ECLGS. So your answer D is correct. Okay. So RAMP is correct answer here. So what is RAMP? RAMP is a reform-based program which is generally emphasizing the center-state collaboration. Okay. And there is something performance linked in funding are also there. So these are all about we are here discussing about the RAMP scheme. Okay. Next, we have second questions. The second question is asking you the key planning instrument used under this scheme. Okay, so how this scheme is generally planned. So there is something MSME action plan, or whether it is state industrial policy statement, there is something strategic investment plan or annual credit plan or district development plan. So answer here is C, which is strategic investment plan. Okay, so what is this? Under RAM, all states and UT generally prepare a strategic investment plan based on which basis appraisal and fundings linking investments are given to generally have a structural MSME reforms. Okay, so this is very key instrument under RAM scheme. Okay, now let's see the third question. So here the question is asking you the set of recommendations that most directly inform the design of this program. Okay, which committee was involved under for the recommendation of this scheme, design of the scheme. Okay, so whether it was Narasimhan committee or Rangarajan committee, Shantakumar committee or Arvind Subramaniam committee, UK Sinha committee or KV Kamath and EACPM or Nachiket Moore or Urjit Patel or Abhijit Banerjee committee. So here the answer here again is C. Okay, UK Sinha committee, KV Kamath and EACPM. Okay, so these were all the important committees involved in to address the structural MSME constraints. Okay. Next, we have the fourth question. The fourth question is whether is asking you the ramp objective. Okay. Does this intervention most directly address? So which ramp objective is here? You have to choose. So first option is that there is something enhancing effectiveness of CGT-MEC with greening and gender focus, then something providing a direct capital subsidy for MSMEs, or whether it is expanding the market access through export promotion or replacing the bank lending with state-led credit, or whether it is promoting MSME clusters through infrastructure. So here the answer here is option A, enhancing the effectiveness through of CGT-MSc with greening and gender focus. Okay, so what happens? The RAM generally explicitly aims to enhance the effectiveness of CGT-MSc with targeted support for greening, or you can say green initiatives. Okay, and also women owned MSME. So using a risk sharing guarantee based approach rather than subsidy. So this generally, or we can say this scheme is very well aligned with the NABARD's emphasis on the sustainable finance and inclusive credit deepening. So that is why this question was asked in prelims also. Okay. So I hope this session was helpful. Let us know the next topic you want us to cover in the comments below, and wish you all the best.